Okay. So today, just a couple of housekeeping things before we get started. So today is the last day to opt in if you wanted to take the optional Chapter 6 test. So if you want to do that, please email me ASAP. The last homework check is going to be Tuesday next week at 8 a.m. So the things that we'll be checking in at that point is number 1 through 42 and worksheet 1. So that's the last of the new stuff. If you have any missing things, that's also going to be my last day to accept any late or missing work. So if you have that, please get that in by 8 a.m. on Tuesday. Before you consider everything finished, make sure you've synced your notebook. And if you are turning in late things, like old stuff, please send me an email as well to make sure I go back to look for that. I try to do a good job of keeping track of that stuff, but there's a lot of old assignments that potentially I would have to sift through to kind of figure that out. And I just don't really feel like that's a good use of my time to do that for every single person. So I'm just going to go and look at the stuff you tell me to via email. If you have any old stuff that you still need to turn in, most of you guys have been quite good about staying on up to speed on everything. I will be deleting all the shared stuff from OneNote next Friday. So the content library will all go, and I'm going to unlink your shared notebook to mine. I don't know if that's going to destroy your shared notebook or not. I kind of don't think so, but if there's stuff in there you definitely don't want to lose, I can't guarantee that me unlinking that is going to wouldn't get rid of that. So I would just make sure to move it into like a non-shared section of your OneNote before Friday. And then again, our assessment day is Wednesday next week. The only thing that is be going on that day is we'll come in, we'll take some attendance. And if you're opting to do the optional Chapter 6 test, you do it during that 1 hour block. And if not, you are, after attendance will be dismissed and are free to kind of get prepared for whatever other responsibilities you might have for that day. Any questions with any of those?
Mr. Phillip?
Yes, sir.
So isn't like one homework assignment dropped?
Yes.
That...
Yeah, and currently that drop is already taking place because I've already entered in this last homework check as a missing for everybody.
Okay.
So nothing can change if you like from here on out. It'll just go up, unless you opt to do the Chapter 6 test and do bad or something. But nothing will go down from this point. Okay. Yep. Good point. Anybody else with questions about any of this stuff? Okie dokie. That's great. So the remainder of our time here, I have devoted to just general Chapter 6 questions. So if you have anything from the homework or the worksheets or the review or anything at all that you'd like to go over or talk about, I'm happy to take a few minutes here to do that. I know that some of you guys are planning on taking the Chapter 6 test, so if there are things that we need to talk about there for you, I'm happy to do that. So if you do have something, just kind of type it into the chat and we'll queue those up and I'll knock those out one at a time. Yeah. Question 3 from the homework quiz. Okay. Looking at this, I would attack this from the left-hand side because I see that with the 3x, I'm going to be able to use my angle sum and double angle identities to do this, which is probably going to be easier than trying to work on the right-hand side and end up with using the sum or double angle identities in reverse. So I don't have a triple angle identity, so I'm going to rewrite 3x as sine x plus 2x. And then if I use my angle sum identity for sine, that'll give me sine of x times cosine 2x plus cosine x sine 2x. And if I look here, I know that sine 2x has only one identity. It's 2 sine x cosine x. And when I multiply that part together, I'm going to get 2 sine cosine squared x. So I have two of these that I need. But I'm also going to somehow need to get the sine cubed and the other one from this piece, which tells me, which will help inform me which of the double angle identities I want to use for cosine. Since I need something with both sines and cosines, because I need another one of these, and I need something with just sines, I know that the one that I'm going to want is the identity which cosine squared minus sine squared.
That's correct.
Yes.
Did you distribute first the sine x and sine 2x?
I used my angle sum identity for sine. That's an identity that I used to rewrite sine of x plus 2x as the next line.
I gotta find the identity sheet. So what was it?
So I used this one.
So you split up the, whatchamacallit, 3x into x and y?
Into 2x, or x plus 2x. Yeah.
Or x plus 2x, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get, oh wait, no, okay. Then you kept going with that formula.
Yep. So then I did the double angle for sine, which got me to there. And then I did my double angle for cosine, which got me this one. And then I just...
Double angle for sine, double angle for cosine. So you did the identity.
Yeah, I'm just using the new identities is all I've been using. And then I just combined like terms. So I didn't do any tricky algebra stuff. I didn't do anything super sneaky. I just used identities that I had. Just some of the new ones that I had access to. And again, there's lots of different ways you could have gone about doing this. You could have used the like angle sum and done those as like cosine of x plus x and sine of x plus x. I think it would have been a little messier, but you could have done it that way also. It would end up working out. Or if you were really kind of clever, you might have been able to go backwards and start on the right-hand side, but that would have been quite tricky to kind of work backward, work from that other side to get back to the triple angle. Josh, are you okay with what we did there?
I'm a little. So I wrote down the identity, right? And you plug it all in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought you did. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. Others? Anyone else with questions on these? Again, we could talk about the book homework, the worksheet, the review. Anything is fair game. And that's all we really have slotted for this class, is to just kind of talk about problems from Chapter 6 for those of you that may end up wanting to take the Chapter 6 test that haven't yet emailed me.
Real quick, Mr. Kulik.
Yeah.
Why'd you split up the cosine 2x and sine 2x?
I use the double angle identities.
Okay.
So if you looked at the identity sheet.
Okay. Yep, I got it.
Yep. So I used this one, and then I did this version for cosine. Anyone else? I've offered several times and not really gotten a lot of takers here, but that's okay. Last chance. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Well, if you change your mind, you can stay on the call and ask me here in a minute. If not, have a good weekend.